Hey everybody, welcome back to Tim Travels. So, not that I wanted to be prescient or be a prophet when I did my last video, but if you work for Prime and I don't know, maybe other companies, I'm not really sure, but you know that there's been basically an Omnitracs outage since 5 o'clock yesterday evening. So today's Wednesday, it's 7 o'clock on the East Coast, 5:15 here in Salt Lake City. And you know, I've sent several messages today because I realize that unless and until people at the global headquarters get bombarded with, you know, message traffic from drivers, there's not going to be a lot of impetus to like do something about this system. So I did that, but I also called Logs, and they gave me the phone number for Omnitracs, and I called and left one voicemail and also called customer service. Now, the number to call, and by the way, the company has put this out on Qualcomm messages, is the number to call Omnitracs and complain is 800-541-7490. And I feel like if everybody called twice a day, it might not get it fixed any sooner, but it would at least serve notice that we're not ignoring this. Because can you imagine you're getting a DOT inspection and then the officer says, hey, let me see your, send me your logs. Or like in the case of the last inspection I got, the officer, it was a Maryland State Trooper, she just asked to see it. Like she was standing up here on the step and I just uncoiled the cord and handed it over to her and she worked her magic. But here's the deal. If you can't produce your logs electronically or in hard copy at an inspection, you will get a ticket, okay? And you will get CSA points for not being able to produce the logs. So it doesn't matter if you know, or the police officer knows, or the DOT officer knows how to log in. If the freaking thing is shut down, you can't produce what you're supposed to be able to produce. And I know people get tickets for this because at one of my previous companies, the safety department used to get really pissed because people would get tickets for that because they couldn't figure out how to get their logs sent from Qualcomm to the police or the DOT agency. So, and by the way, the second time that I called Omnitracs, okay, the guy couldn't have been a bigger asshole. I am not joking about that. He was basically like, well, he didn't care. He was like, well, we got an outage. I'm like, you had an outage last week. Why can't you guys get this fixed? Well, we're working on it. And I'm like, working on it? Like, you're costing me money. Because I actually stopped to go to the bathroom and get a soda. I couldn't log out of driving because it was frozen up. And I know other people have had this problem. Luckily, when I got to the terminal here, I needed to take a 30. I had like 5 minutes left, in part because I wasted drive time not being able to log out even though I was parked. But I had like 5 minutes left. Fortunately, it didn't shut down until I had already put myself off duty. So I got my 30-minute break in without violating my logs. But, you know, this is an ongoing, constant problem, you know, and it needs to be rectified. Now, I got to say this. I don't know if something is up at Prime because it just seems to me like a lot of things are really starting to fall through the cracks. I don't know if I don't know what it is, but, you know, Omnitracs is as bad as it's ever been. You know, sales is just, I mean, you know, they're just dropping the ball left and right. And, you know, again, I hadn't seen that before. I'm here in the Salt Lake terminal, and I kid you not, right where it says bobtail only parking, there are about a dozen trailers with red tags. And I know they're here because the area out back is already jam-packed. And people are, I mean, it's turned into Pittston, basically, the last time I was here. In fact, the last time I was here, there were so many trailers and they were parked so goofy that we actually had to hook up to the trailer we had loaded but had been in the shop. We had to back out of the parking spot because it was too tight to turn out going forwards. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's just, you know, everybody has a bad game, you know that Major League Ball team that's actually not terrible, but every once in a while they lose 28-3 because one just gets away. Or when somebody goes, you know, on a Super Bowl contender and, you know, the Jacksonville Jaguars, you know, drop 35 points on them or whatever. Like, everybody has a bad game. I'm hoping that Prime is just going through a bad game right now. And we're going to regroup and start hitting on all cylinders because it's just not acceptable. You know, drivers are doing their part. You know, it's just everybody's got to be getting better every day, or you're getting worse. And I mean, for what it's worth, I just came through inbound. There weren't a lot of trucks. In fact, I pulled straight into a bay, and I was in there for 35 minutes, and they only did 2 tires on the trailer. Honestly, it looked like a Votech class. Like, there were so many people running around that didn't even have Prime, like, mechanic shirts on or whatever. I don't know what was going on. And the guy that was trying to change the tires, I mean, I hope he has a gym membership, because he was barely able to get a tire up onto the lug bolts. So, and don't get me wrong, I know they're heavy. I've actually moved one out from underneath a trailer on the side of the road, so I know they're heavy. I get that. But man, so I don't know. Feels like we're having a bad game right now. Anyway, call that number, 1-800-541-7490. Express your displeasure. We're the customers, right? We're the customers. Our company might have chosen it, but we're the end user, okay? Call the number, 800-541-7490. I put it in the title of the video. Thanks for tuning in. By the way, yeah, I'm going to probably have another video because there's some interesting news in the truck company going under area. So I'll talk to you soon. Bye.